This video is a proud sponsor by Marvel, pleasing everybody and paying off everyone, including critics and fans, to like their movies. Please enjoy this video.
Hello everyone, my name is Derek Cruz, and here today I'm going to be reviewing Captain America Civil War. The plot is, after the events of Age of Ultron and Winter Soldier, combined, there's some things that, ruffle around the government. They're like, okay, we're seeing things that these superheroes are doing, they're unannounced, they do these things that, that yes, they save lives, but they're all collateral damage. And then you don't really say anything about that until there's a fight that happens where Captain America meets up with Frank Grillo's Crossbones. He's there, he's cranking shit, he's basing up. I can understand what he was looking for. Again, that's another thing that you don't really know from the get-go. You're just put into this thing. And something happens in that fight scene that then leads to the whole entire registration, the Wakanda registration, that leads into the rest of the movie. Cap joining one side, leads into Iron Man joining one side, Cap's bringing his own team, Iron Man's having his own team. It's all about just what these guys, have different opinions on. But really, it comes down to, what makes this film different from every other Marvel movie? What makes this film different than any other superhero movie? What makes this movie just stand on its own? And that is the fact that it's a real deep and entertaining movie at the same level. You have, on the one level, a great action movie. It's a great action movie. I had fun, like the fight scenes. Even though Scarlett Johansson, she's fighting in leopard boots, she's doing hand-to-hand combat sequences in a leopard jacket. She's in tight. It's like, oh come on, really. But that being said, though, when they're in the costumes and they're fighting and stuff, it's awesome. I'm gonna jump more into that later. But it's all about the emotion too. You have to think about this. Captain America, his best friend's Bucky. He's been brainwashed. He's been given all this information. He's been turned into a living soldier. He really is like a killing machine that just walks, does nothing, and just kills. On point, you give him a name, he'll go do it. And it's like Captain America feels bad for him. He's like, oh my god, the government, turned my friend into this killing machine. Now you want us to sign over everything? No, I'm not doing that. So it makes sense in that point. But then Iron Man's all like, look, motherfucker. We went to New York. Hulk just desecrated a building. Like, debris fell on somebody. We went to Sokovia. There's a kid. I'm not going to spoil it. But there's people there who died. And collateral damage exists. You, motherfucker, went to Washington, D.C., took down Bucky, and killed people in the process. I don't understand what you're not getting. We had 3 movies that happened where people just dead. It's like, come on, man. And yeah, Iron Man's totally right on that aspect. You're like, wait a second, you are correct, man. Like, seriously, you're right. I wonder why Robert Downey Jr. is the star of these movies. He's totally right. But then, you see, you're either on Cap's side or Iron Man's side. Cap is more, I personally don't think he's thinking about the grand scheme of things. I don't think he's thinking about the bigger picture. I think Iron Man is thinking about the bigger picture because you have to understand that these superheroes do need to put in check, and that is why most of them do put on, they have, hidden identities. That's why, because they don't want the government to, find out who they are or the enemies. But Iron Man, from the beginning, from his first movie, he lets everyone know, no, I'm Iron Man. You got a problem, come to me. I'll deal with it. And that is a backlash because that means that Tony Stark now knows that if there's a problem, people are going to go to him. And they're going to go to Iron Man. They're going to go to the Avengers. They're going to lead into all this stuff. And it's like, this whole entire superhero thing, was great when nobody was dying. But when these catastrophes start happening, like Vision says, when these catastrophes start happening, the body count builds on civilians that, and it's like, where's the stopping point? Where does it stop? And you go, wow, this is really making sense. This is really interesting. This is more interesting than the political debate that's going on in our real world. Okay, I'm not going to go that far. I'm really not. But no, and then he forms his team, like I said. He has Vision. Iron Man has Vision, Black Widow, supposedly. Rhodey Rhodes, and of course, Black Panther. Okay, all the remaining cast, all the remaining, superheroes, they're great. I mean, seriously. Iron Man, Captain America, Rhodey Rhodes, Falcon, who I'm going to talk about in a minute, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, all those guys, all those female, Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye, everybody's fantastic. And Ant-Man too. The 2 new additions, Black Panther and Spider-Man, just everything about it just blew me out of the water. Like, seriously, it's just so fantastic to see these 2 characters come in their own. I mean, seriously, they're on the same team, so that was kind of more. I was like, wow, thank you for having them on the same team because I couldn't bear to witness them two fighting together. But I honestly thought Chadwick Boseman's a great actor. I mean, Chadwick Boseman's a great actor. He really is. He's so damn good in the movie. He's really, really fun to see him in here and come in his own. Tom Holland as Spider-Man, holy crap. This is fantastic. This is exactly what we've been waiting for. Spider-Man has been, a difficult character to balance between humor, that teenager sarcasm, that goofiness, or just that nerd sense that he's, us watching them do what the Avengers do, and then you go, how's that possible if you could do that? And that honestly is what he does. He's all like, wow, Cap, that shield does not define the physics. And you're like, oh my god, that's exactly what we say, or what fanboys say when they bitch about movies and like they tackle the tiniest things. I mean, seriously, it's so fun watching it. But the one real surprise to me is not even, I thought Anthony Mackie as Falcon, I thought he had a lot to do in this movie. I thought he was really put to well used. I thought in the beginning of the fight scene, he was really well put to use. I thought the airport scene, he was really, again, he was really there in the fight. I thought he was really good. I actually liked Anthony Mackie a lot. I loved him since he was Papa Doc, since he was Tupac. All these independent movies that he did, Half Nelson. The dude's a great actor. He doesn't get enough credit. I think he's a great actor. I think Anthony Mackie's so damn good. And he's committed. He's committed to these roles. He's all like, you know what? I understand that people, they get fed up with these, superhero movies. Not me, and everything. And I want to say, again, he was happy to do Ant-Man. Like, he didn't have to do Ant-Man. Could have been, Steve Rogers. He was like, hell yeah, I'll do Ant-Man. And I like that, too. I like that he brought it up. Because when Scott Lang joins Captain America's team, it's like, hey, sorry, man, about that fight. He's like, don't even worry about it, man. And I laughed. I thought it was funny. And I actually like seeing those two conflict interact because he's all like, it's one under the bridge. Don't worry about it. And listen, when Scott Lang, Ant-Man, Paul Rudd show up, it's a laugh fight. It really is. The Russo brothers did come from comedy, so I thought that was kind of interesting to see how they balanced the action and comedy really well. Even in the same scene, I thought it was pretty well made. And I thought everything else about it was really well shot, well choreographed. But what takes it to the next level? And that is the airport scene. Oh man. Okay, so you see in the trailer. I'm just gonna point this out to the right now. The airport scene is in the middle of the movie. It is. It's the middle of the movie. You get through it. It's like 20 minutes long. You get through it and you go, holy crap. And you kind of just say to yourself, okay, how are they going to top this? How are they going to do it? I thought personally, the way it made sense, the way it ended, the way everything comes to a conclusion, I thought that was well put together. I really did. I thought the event that happened after that, I'm not going to go into spoiler territory, but you see in the trailer, the whole entire scene where he says, so was I. I'm not going to go into it why he says that. But listen, the way that happens and the reason why they're getting there, I thought, wow, that's writing at its finest. That's directing at its finest. The way to set up the shots. This scene looks beautiful. The pillars in the middle of the fight scene, the way it looks, the snow debris just like falling back. It's beautiful to look at. And of course, the Civil War front page of the comic cover, I'm not going to spoil it, but it looks damn good on film. Nevertheless, though, this movie is totally fantastic. I really, really enjoy this movie, a lot. Just, for me, personally, I never really bought the whole entire idea of, so these people, like, these superheroes, they can't get shot by bullets. They have to be like, I can't get shot by bullets. But they can fall, like, 50 feet from the ground, feet first, and like, I'm okay without a scratch. Like, oh, come on. That's just me, though. To me, personally, like, these people are like freaking Winter Soldier can't get shot, but he can fall like 20 feet down and still live. And he's blocking bullets with just his arm. Motherfucker, your arm is your only shield. You have legs and all that. You're just going, you ain't Wonder Woman, alright? You can't just, that's another thing. Why does Wonder Woman, I don't understand. I don't understand the physics of superhero movies, and Spider-Man even announces that too. So, but again, it's a superhero movie. We can bitch about that all the time. What really matters is, did you sit down and you enjoy it? Oh, yeah, I enjoy this movie. I sat down in the theater. I looked up at the screen. I was just in awe. I was like, oh, this is really happening right now. This is really, really happening right now. And it was just, it was a dream come true. It really, well, I don't know that far. But it's a badass film. It really is. Like, I can't think of another film that I want to see again right now. Except Green Room. Green Room I love. But this is absolutely fantastic. Quibbles here and there, little things I picked up, little nitpicks, but ultimately though, So what did I give it? Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about the villain. Okay, so before I give my rating though, I know a lot of people discredit Marvel, studios for having weak villains. They're all one-offs. Jeff Bridges, Mickey Rourke, Guy Pearce. The Thor movies. I don't even remember who the villains were in those movies. Robert Redford. And it's like, all these villains. They're kind of one note and all that stuff. But I gotta tell you though, Daniel Bruhl as Zemo was incredible. It really, I thought, wow, that's the core of where this movie comes from. Yes, think about it. There's big explosions. Yes, I understand that. There's a lot of fighting. I get it. I understand that this is what these movies are for. I understand that perfectly. But this takes this whole entire storyline to a new level. This idea that you can have this really, really deep character into a superhero film and make you feel for him. He's a villain. We're not supposed to feel for him. And oh my God, this is incredible at his finest. I thought Danny Bruhl was amazing. He's been a great actor for a very long time. He's well overdue for a good movie, a great movie. Like this being his own. Again, but I'm not gonna spoil it. But there is something that makes you believe that. I'm not even gonna say it. But no, I am excited to see this film again. I really want to see it again. But listen, I understand people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's another Marvel movie with a bad villain." He's not. I don't think he's another villain. I really don't. I would defend everything that anybody says about Daniel Bruhl as Zemo. Like seriously, I don't think he's a bad villain at all. And you're probably saying, then what is your real problem with the movie? My real problem with the movie is just little things like that don't make sense to me personally. To me, like I said, with the bullets and all that stuff, you could fall 50 feet, but you can't get shot in the arm or something like that. Natasha Romanoff fighting with, high heels and, boots and all that stuff. Come on. Not really buying that. And in the beginning of that fight scene, you don't really know what Crossbones is really going after. You really don't. But I honestly thought, really, I would totally defend Zemo. No matter what. I don't care what people say. Oh, he's another Marvel villain. No, he's not. He's not another Marvel villain. He's a villain that stands on his own. He actually does things in this movie. People would say, he doesn't really do anything. He does a lot. He kills... Okay, I don't want to spoil it, but he's good. He really is. 10 out of 10. I can't wait to see this movie again. I love the hell out of it. This movie's so damn fun. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Dave Quest. Have a great day. See ya. Bye. Thank you. Oh, yeah.